Hey, what's up, Vapors? This is Mitch. Today we're going to be checking out the Flawless AF dripper, the tugboat, and I didn't see too many reviews online, so basically I wanted to put a review, at least one that's in English. So let's dive down and check it out. So these are the Tugboat Flawless AF drippers. I have two of them. I picked them up. This guy was selling them, and I got them real cheap. They look like actual authentics. The box says Tugboat Flawless. Not much to them. The dripper is just by itself. Doesn't have any goodie bags or extras or anything. It's got a magnetic door, which is not a big deal. So this is the white one that I have. This one's unbuilt, so I was going to show you guys this one so you could see the deck and everything. And kind of give you the specs and all that. And basically, this is, it says flawless as fuck, flawless AF. Somehow I got this light on. Okay, I got flawless AF. It's got the tugboat logo. Try to focus that. It's got a 810 drip tip. Obviously O-ring embedded in the top cap. This is two airflows. They look like they're about 2.5 millimeters in diameter. I'm not going to bother measuring them. It does have a single airflow option. It's got the tugboat logo on the bottom. Let's try to get this in focus. Well, tugboat logo on the bottom says USA. This is serial number 125. Does have a protruding 510 pin. And I wish I could focus this, but it's just, oh, there we go. So yeah, protruding 510 pin. Tugboat logo, USA 125. Got an Allen key for the positive post. And let's put this on a mod and check it out. Alright guys, so this is the inside of the Flawless AF dripper. So the inside cap, as you can see, there's three different areas where, so I already talked about the single airflow option, but I wanted to show you that this is not a conical or a curved design in the top cap. So the flavor, I guess, would be kind of hindered a little bit. Now as far as the deck, it is a two-post deck. Try to get that focused. Two-post deck. It is not a clamp style system. It's just screws. So I noticed that with round wires, it's not that easy, considering that the screws are round on the bottom. I have put round wires, like a 22 gauge in there, and it works, but it's kind of difficult. So best for your Clapton wires and anything that's like wide and flat. So yeah, it's got a pretty deep juice well, maybe like 3 millimeters, something like that. It holds a lot of juice. These are flathead screws. Can't seem to get that to focus. So they're flathead screws. It's got two O-rings for the base, and good restrictiveness on that. Good restrictiveness on the top cap. Drip tip has good restrictiveness on the O-ring. I mean, basically, the dripper it's got a pretty good setup, I guess. Pros, it's got a good juice well. It's got a two-post design. Now the posts, as you can see, they kind of cover the airflow down the middle, so airflow can go underneath in that area, but basically not too much airflow going down the middle. Now I did hear a review that basically doing that actually shrinks the inside of the chamber, and that could boost flavor. So they might have thought of that, not sure, but basically I'm getting decent flavor. I don't really have any good Clapton or staple coils right now. I actually haven't even used alien wires before, but right now I'm running a twisted 26 gauge, and I'm getting alright flavor, not too crazy. Clouds are really big, so I'm gonna let you guys see the red one that I have that has the build. So guys, this is the red Flawless AF dripper that I have. I'm going to show you the inside right now and show you the actual coils I built. I told you that they are twisted 26 gauge, and well, let me see if I can get this to focus. So basically twisted 26 gauge. Now it's really hard to get them under those screws, but I did, and so it's the same thing. So basically I was just going to show you my setup. I'm not going to do a build or a wick. Basically I'll just show you the vapor production and kind of talk about pros and cons. What's up guys? So here I am with my Flawless AF dripper on my RX200S. Right now I don't have it at the right setting. I was using my Mad Dog GTA. So I was running this at about 90 watts. The resistance is 0.35 on a 7-wrap twisted 26 gauge. So I'll leave it at 88. 88's pretty good. So alright, I'm gonna show you guys the vapor production. Pretty good vapor production. Flavor's decent. Juice I'm using today is this juice by White Label Juice Company. It's from San Diego. They're selling 100 ml bottles for $19.99. I'm vaping the caramel cheesecake. It's definitely heavy on the caramel, so if you like caramel, I would recommend it. I've only been vaping it for like a couple hours, so I'm not really sure about the quality of the nicotine. It is a premium juice, so it should be pretty good, but it seems alright right now. But you know, as far as the dripper, pros and cons, I mean, you know, it's got good airflow. When two airflow holes are open, I mean, you get a lot of draw. Slight restriction, maybe like a 10% restriction, and you know, I really like it. And the single airflow option. Now, one thing about the single airflow option is that, you know, I ran a fused Clapton. I do have some fused Claptons, but I bought some ones that have really high, heavy gauge wire, and so usually I have to run single coil, or if I run dual coil, well, I haven't really been able. I've tried to run dual coil, but it's not really good in a sense that it comes out to a super low resistance. I'll get lucky if I get 0.1. Usually it's less, and that's with like an 8-wrap. So they are 24 gauge cores with a 32 gauge outside. So I really only use that in my Mad Dog. It's good as a single coil. I mean, the coils last a long time, blah, blah, blah. But back to the Flawless, I mean, airflow is good. With one airflow hole open, it's pretty restrictive. Probably be good for other builds, but what I have in there right now, I mean, I'm kind of an airflow guy, so I like to have a pretty good draw in there. You know, obviously the drip tip. I like the drip tip. It's a good size, good height. It's comfortable. It's plastic or Delrin, and you know, flavor's not too crazy. Like, I mean, I've had a couple of drippers, and you know, it's about average. Like, I've had some cheaper drippers, and I'm getting pretty much the same flavor from that. Clouds, this is definitely a bigger cloud setup than I've had, and you know, building on it's pretty easy. I mean, I would rather have, you know, some flat wires, some Clapton wires, because it would make it easier. It's still pretty simple. You know, you don't have to pre-cut your coils. I mean, it's just basically plug it in, and as long as you kind of curve the wire up, you can cut them while it's in there. Basically, other than that, I mean, I would only recommend this if you can pick it up cheap. I mean, it's not that impressive of a dripper. I mean, it's about as good as, I mean, it's pretty much, it's a decent dripper, but, you know, as far as what's coming out, like, it's really not setting any bars, and not sure how old it is, but it might have been, you know, exceeding expectations back in the day, but if it's a recent dripper, it's just really hitting par, so, just wanted to mention that this is a dripper that, you know, is pretty good, and you know, if you happen to find one pretty cheap, then I'm sure you guys would like it. Other than that, you know, I guess that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you guys what the Flawless AF was like, and glad I can get this video on YouTube finally. Alright, bye.